moving on to another weird situation in the NBA. Last night, that being Wednesday night, Giannis played the Pacers and dropped 64 points, which is
awesome.
It's awesome night. It's the Pacers and the Bucks have had the two highest overs ever set in NBA history, and it's happened both. The first time they played, it was the highest over ever set, and then the second time they played, it was even higher because both teams are not playing good defense right now. Both have really good offenses. Anyway, so Giannis got 64 points, but then there was a controversy with the game ball, which you don't hear often. The game ball gate never heard of come up to me. But so how it goes down is after the game, Giannis is kind of looking around for the ball, whatever. He can't find the game ball, and he's beefing on the court, like messing around with coaches and players. He's screaming at Tyrese Halliburton, everything. Eventually, he just takes a beeline, like a straight sprint, back to the Pacers locker room to look for this ball. And then all this fighting happened in the hallway before the Pacers locker room. The GM of the Pacers was apparently there. He took an elbow apparently from a player.
Also, why was the GM of the court?
He was in the
locker room. Okay,
but this is Rick Carlisle had a press conference and he mentioned that his GM got elbowed. I was like, why was the GM there? Like, why was he in a group of players who were beefing about the game? Like, stay out of it.
You're the GM.
Not like he went down to the locker room to congratulate the Pacers. They lost.
Yeah,
they didn't win a championship or anything. So I don't know what he was doing there to begin with.
I don't know.
But anyway, so then the press conference is where it gets great. So there's all this drama about the game ball, whatever. Giannis eventually gets a game ball, by the way.
Oh, he got he got it.
No,
all right.
He got a ball. We'll get into that.
Oh,
Giannis goes into this press conference and we'll start with there. Rick Carlisle said in his thing that they were giving the game ball to rookie Oscar Tshiebwe. His first NBA points ever scored. In a game.
Tough.
Now, there is another aspect to this. He did score points in the in-season tournament final, but it's not counted as a regular season basketball game. So while he did score in an NBA game before, it didn't count
towards his regular season.
So it's like his stats don't count. So this is another dynamic onto the part. So
okay.
Rick Carlisle says, we wanted the game ball for Oscar Tshiebwe. Which, first of all, it's great that he's getting this press attention because
no one knows who he is.
Yeah. And then so Giannis goes to the press conference and someone's asking him about it. He indicates that he didn't really care about getting the game ball after all the antics he did. Because he actually really wanted to give it to Dame, who passed Kyle Korver for 5th all time on the 3-point made list.
I mean, that's valid. But
so
what is happening?
So then someone says, so did you get the game ball? He goes, I got a ball, but it doesn't feel like the game ball. He's like, usually I played with 35 minutes tonight. I can feel the ball. And this is not this. I don't think this ball is the game ball. So he thinks that
they gave him a fake
ball, probably like an alternate ball that wasn't used for the game. And they kept the one for Oscar Tshiebwe.
What is happening?
I'm telling you, the NBA is a scripted comedy. Like, you can't make this stuff up.
Like, look.
So what is our take on the situation?
Okay, so
I don't have a take. It's all scripted.
Like,
it's like watching a comedy show on ABC.
Okay, look. If I am going to prioritize giving somebody the game ball, I'm going to go with Dame. Because 5th all time for threes is like a historic moment for the league. Versus for the rookie, that's like a him personal thing. But I also see the argument for giving the rookie the ball.
I just looked up what Dame passed him on because I was pretty sure it was 5th, but I was like, crap, if it's not 5th, I'm going to look like a fool. But no, it's 5th.
Okay, it's 5th overall. Yeah, like that's really, really big. But why wasn't there... Like, why did the players just doesn't the league handle that kind of stuff? Where, like, they keep all the balls, like, after, and, like, if some historic moment happens, like,
so I
deal with this.
I know somebody knows more so what, like, the protocol is for situations.
Because, like, this happens in the NFL, too, where it's like, oh, this is a player's first touchdown, or, like, this... And, obviously, it's easier in the NFL because there's, like, a ton of footballs that get used throughout a game. So it's a lot easier to do versus like there's one game ball for basketball.
Yeah.
There are alternates that they can use in case of an emergency, but like it's one ball.
Yep.
But like, why are we doing just like a pickup rules where it's like whoever has the ball last just keeps it and just runs away with it?
And so I mean, I think some added context. This game was in Indiana, I believe, and I think that adds a little bit to it. But I just can't. I think this falls badly on Giannis. I really like Giannis. I think he's really good for the league. He doesn't have many controversies, but in
It's just,
this
like,
case,
weird.
I think it looks bad on him
Yeah.
just because if you're Giannis, you should have the confidence that this is not the highest game you'll ever score. Sure, he broke the franchise record and everything for this
Yeah.
game. But if I'm Giannis, I would say when I play the Pacers again,
I'm gonna drop
I'm
70.
gonna drop 70
Yeah.
at home and take the game ball.
Yeah.
And I'll do that. And like that'll be my new career high.
Yeah.
That's number one. And number two, like the running after the game antics. But I also want to say for the Pacers organization, if they really didn't give Giannis the game ball, to give it to Oscar Chibwe after he already scored points during the in-season final, like, come on.
Like
First
it's not
of
a
all,
technicality. Like, come on.
I know rookies don't always get the game ball for scoring their first NBA points because there are many games where there's two rookies playing who score their first points.
Yeah.
If you go into like almost any single like
Any young team.
Tyrese any young team, Tyrese Maxey and another guy get drafted and
Yeah.
they both score points during their game.
Yeah.
And I think anyone gets it. I agree that it's Dame, but then I'm confused why Giannis is acting a fool because Dame then would care more. But it doesn't seem
Yeah.
like Dame cared that much.
Yeah, well, because Dame's not that kind of guy to really care that much about like this kind of
But
thing.
then
it seems
Giannis
like.
said that he didn't care about the ball for his own personal.
So if
But then
nobody
But
cared,
then he indicated that he would have loved to give it to his mom.
wait, what?
Here we get. This is just getting way too complicated.
That's what I'm
now.
saying. That's why I'm like. This is why I'm like saying like a little bit disappointed with how Giannis reacted
Yeah,
because
definitely,
I think he's a little all over the place.
he
about-
can't get his story straight.
Yeah,
It's like,
you either
what is it?
You either wanted the ball because you scored your career high,
Yeah,
and 64 is very significant. It's not like you scored 20 points your career high. 64 is going to put you top
And so,
20
like, the-
highest scoring games of all time.
Yeah.
And so you can get respect for that, but his story is not straight. And the way this became a whole entire like game ball gate is what I'm dubbing it.
Yeah.
Like it's just is ridiculous.
yeah. I don't even. I'm so confused.
I have
by-
no opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know who to believe.
I'm so confused by this whole situation. I mean, I feel like there should just be, you know what, going forward, let's have more of a protocol for the game ball. Let's just try to have like an intermediate third party, like, I don't know, a ref or somebody hold on to the game ball after the game.
Yeah, I would say going forward, maybe this is something where the league goes, everyone, like
we
at the
discuss.
end of the game,
Yeah.
if you think that's significant, because again, of course, something probably happened when Dame passed Kyle Korver on the list. They played a video, I think, in the stadium.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering if it was it was at Milwaukee.
No, it was in Indiana.
No, this game was at Milwaukee.
Are you sure?
Pretty confident, yeah. Yeah, it was in Milwaukee, yeah.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, so the Pacers? Okay, wait, back up. No, that changes things now.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought this was in Indiana.
I thought this was in Indiana too.
Okay, back up. Hang on, back up.
So then,
The Pacers just took the ball. Like, oh my god!
I still don't think that gives Giannis the right
No.
to act like that. But
For the love of God, send an equipment manager in there.
this is where like I don't like. So they played a video when Dame passed Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver congratulating Dame on the big screen.
Yeah,
So everybody in the stadium knew
that that's his
happened.
ball. Like,
Everyone also knew that Giannis had not only scored 64 points, which was his career high, but also passed their old franchise leader who had 57 points.
yeah,
And then they also probably knew that Oscar Chibwe had scored his first points as a rookie, because I'm sure the bench was going crazy.
yeah.
So how, after the game, the ball, like, one referee didn't say, give me the ball and we'll figure out what we're doing with it.
Yeah.
Like how that wasn't a possible logical outcome to the point where the Pacers bench just ran off with it.
Also, don't the refs take the ball at the end anyway? Like, where else would it go?
Like I bet I gotta see the end of the game, but like did someone dribble, like the ball dribbled off and they were like,
They just run with
Buddy
it?
Hield, here, take the ball, run to the locker room.
Like, I feel like I've seen players at the end of games like literally give the ball to the ref.
Yeah, they do.
So like, why didn't the refs say anything?
I wonder if like Rick Carlisle got it from the refs. Was like, hey, this is the rookie's first points. Can we have the ball?
But like, if you're a ref in the stadium, you're not just gonna be like, oh yeah, sure. After you just watched literally like a dude pass somebody for fifth all time and threes
Threes.
and go, Yeah, this kid that actually has scored points before, but technically these are his first points.
Oh,
yeah,
let's
give
see what
him
happens
the
to
ball. Like, yeah, we got some
Take
real
breakdown over here.
Yeah, we got some real deep analysis here.
So the three ref got the ball at the end,
And then who goes up and
and then
takes
the coach goes, and then the coach of the Bucks goes, or whoever that is.
Yeah, it's probably Rick Carlisle.
yeah, he goes up to the ref.
Yeah, so, but
How did it get out of his hands?
yeah, these refs got to be like
Oh my
fine for
God.
something. Like that just can't happen.
That's insane. Whatever.
Did they not pay attention at all?
Whatever.
You knew exactly what was happening.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, January 1st on New Year Day at 8 p.m. Bucks versus Pacers.
Oh
Dude,
God.
I would
in Milwaukee.
pray to all that's holy that this just starts up a rivalry just because of this. Because they're both like pretty solid. I mean, obviously the Bucks are really good. The Pacers are a pretty solid team too. So like if they just like started going at it because
Oh,
the
that
game
game's only
ball?
on League Pass too, so I will be tuning in. They need to flex that game, whatever it
they
takes.
got to flex that to prime time.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be interesting. People are going to be pissed.
And so this is going to tie into our next topic, the in-season tournament.